I wanted to show you what I'm wearing for the podcast. You know, I gotta rep that.
Yeah.
The best Black Ranger, bro. The best Black Ranger.
Very cool, brother.
Dude, and funny enough, ever since I saw Walk of Fame, now that I got it right, I once in a while when I'm gaming, I'll just randomly say Uchalini. I'll just randomly say it, dude. Just randomly. It's just so fun to say it. It's such a cool catchphrase, and I love it.
That's awesome, man. I'm so happy you like that movie, man. It's
I like
fun
your,
shoot.
Yeah, I like your character. I even tell my friends, like, bro, I tell them you gotta watch just Jack Guzman's character. I'm like, it's so funny. Like,
That's funny.
I sometimes will go back to the movie just to literally watch your parts because it's so that just kept me off guard. I'm like, what? I'm like, this is so funny.
You know what are you watching the movie on, man? Because it was on Netflix, and ever since it left Netflix, now I don't know what it's on.
It's on YouTube for free.
Are you serious?
I just watch it on YouTube. Someone put the whole movie on YouTube.
Wow, very cool.
Yeah,
all right,
so just watch it.
Maybe that's why I haven't gotten any residuals, but cool.
Yeah, and I just was it cool playing a Italian person, like because your character was playing supposedly an Italian person, right?
Bro, if I mean, are we live or what? Are we doing?
Yeah,
this
we are live. Yeah. Go ahead, bro.
Cool. Well, no, actually, man, it's funny you say that because I was gonna play just Uccellini, and it was just they liked what I did with it, except that I was like, dude, I really don't have an Italian accent that I can give you guys or whatever. Yeah. And they were like, well, what would you do if you were trying to kind of be, Italian? And I was like, bro, I would act like when I talk Portuguese, I would just throw that accent and fake it,
I like that. Okay.
And yeah, man, they thought it was hilarious. And then after that, they saw what I did. And then they actually called my agent and they were like, hey, man, now, would Jack be interested in playing Officer Who Gives a Shit?
Officer Who Gives a Shit.
Man, I'd be like, bro, that's a cool role too. But, you know, what can I do to make it completely different? And then that's where that little, sort of Southern accent came out. I don't know where, bro, because,
Yeah.
But yes,
and
sir.
Then, was it your idea for the mustache too, for the fake mustache?
No, it was theirs. It was theirs. Okay. It also to just, make it more of a contrast between Uccellini and the cop.
Yeah, dude. To this day, I just randomly, when me and my brother go, Uccellini! And it's so fun to say, dude.
Funny, man, because, dude, the director, he wrote the movie. And, bro, that's what he had in mind. And he was like, Jack, trust me, man, if this thing hits, people will remember that Uccellini. And, again, man, it just sucks that, it took so long to come out and it just kind of came out at the wrong time. But
right.
Bro, had it come out when it was supposed to, man, I think that movie would have helped us out a bit, man,
Yeah. Do you think those lines, because there's a line in the movie where you say, the dork, the fairy, and I, you think that could be said today, like with people,
hell no, absolutely.
No, right.
And I'm saying, like, today, if anyone watches that movie today, they'll probably think, oh, my God, these kids are or these guys are racist. And, it's crazy. But
you're right. But it's a movie, it's supposed to make fun of that people doing that, but it's a movie. Man. It's just a movie. Like people,
that's all it is, man. That's all. Like, for example, for me, bro, the part that I loved, and the actress, of course, I can't remember her name, but the one that played the black girl that calls in.
Yeah.
Dude, that part to me was hilarious. But if we did that today, they'd be like, "Are you kidding me? What, black people only want free?" You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I get it, bro. It's just a movie. It's a different type of sense of humor, and honestly, it sucks even today. People can't be fully creative because, people like that are like, no, you can't do that, It sucks.
Man, that's something that, me, man, I don't like to say any of that because I'm just an actor, bro. I don't ever want to produce or write or any of that, but it is crazy, man. I think people are going to have a hard time, having to deal with all of the stuff that's going on now because, I would say probably 80% of that movie would have to be rewritten.
Right. I 100% agree, honestly, because oh, hold on. Apparently, people can't hear you.
Oh, maybe am I doing this right?
No, you're too low. That's why I raised it up. You're good now. Now.
Okay, cool.
All right, awesome. All right, we're good. We're good again. But yeah, dude, and my friend told me to ask you, and I didn't know this, but you were on Sweet Life on Deck.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, dude, and I saw the episode you were in, and you played that bouncer. I thought, oh shit! I was like, there's Jack again.
It was again, bro, either a cop, a bouncer, You know, it's like I tell people, bro, my career, I'm either getting arrested, or I'm throwing people out of the club, bro.
Getting arrested.
That's
No,
it.
but yeah, because you were in that one courthouse scene with what was his name? Yeah, where were you? You were like in a courthouse. You're getting sentenced or something.
Oh no, that wasn't The Sweet Life on Deck though.
No, that was a whole different. No.
Oh yeah, no. Man, I can't remember the show, but yeah, there was some
Yeah.
big people in that show, man. Some
Yeah.
really cool show.
Yeah, dude, and yeah. Also, I have this sweater for you, man. I gotta send one out to you, man, because who else needs it besides you? You know.
Everybody needs it.
Yeah, dude. You know what sucks? Paramorphicon would have been a few weeks ago, man. That sucks that it didn't happen.
Yeah.
So
man,
what was that like? Yeah, I was bummed out too. It would have been nice to see you, Tracy, everybody there, man. And you know, it's bummed because, you know, you're somebody who's just always trying to get work, you know, like you're just trying to be somebody. You're like, I feel like you and I relate this. I don't like not doing anything, you know. Sure. I like to always consistently be doing something, whether it's going to an audition or just working on personal projects of mine. I don't like to be the guy who's just like, oh, I'm not doing anything at the moment, you know.
See, I respect that, but I got to be honest with you, man. I'm the guy that always says, not that I hate it, because hate's a pretty strong word,
right?
But I do dislike when actors are not honest. It's like, I hate to hear someone, you know, that's in our world, as far as actors, that are like, well, you know, I don't have anything right now, but I'm writing or I'm producing this. And I'm like, dude, it's okay to say, man, you know, that you're not doing anything. Sometimes we just don't have anything going on. Like the past, I don't know how many, obviously because of COVID too, but I'm saying like, dude, I haven't had any auditions. I just 3 days ago was my first audition since this whole COVID thing happened.
Right.
You know, and it's okay. Like, I don't know why, especially a lot of the Rangers, dude, it's always, oh, well, I'm doing this. And it's like, no, you're not. You're not doing anything. It's okay. You know? But I think they add so much stress to themselves by like wanting to be so current. Like, no, yeah, I'm busy. And it's like, it's all right, dude. This business is tough. It really is. You know, there will be times where you have nothing to do. So, I mean, I respect the hustle, definitely. But I think, you know, be honest, be truthful, man, and be, you know, transparent with the fans. Let them know that it's not easy, man. They, you know, at least that's what I enjoy about when we talk, man, that I talk to you straight up about my life, about my acting career, about what's going on. And that's what it is, man. If it's cool. If you don't like it or the people don't like it, well, hey, man, that's what's going on. You know?
That's why I love having you on the podcast, Jack, because, you know, I feel like I like talking to you because I feel like most people want to talk to you and purely they'll talk 3-4 hours about you playing Danny Delgado, Black Ranger. But I like talking to you because you're just a working human being, a working actor. I like that. Sure. You know, Anthony Mackie, the guy who played Falcon in the Marvel movies, somebody asked him, how do you get to the point like being famous? He says, do you want to be famous or do you want to be a working actor? Which is, yeah. And I think I didn't even think about it that way. I was like, oh shit. Because, you know, being a working actor, because if I got paid $1 million right now, I would still try and pursue acting. Definitely. I wouldn't stop. Because I actually recently got a role recently. I got a role in a short film. I know, man.
Yeah, brother.
With this whole COVID thing, I was like, damn, I actually got something. And awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna be in a short film, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. I play a hitman, so it's gonna be pretty fun. Yeah,
now
right.
You're taking my work, bro.
No, dude, I could never, man. I could never.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you, awesome. Man. And dude, I wish the best for you, man, because you've got a lot of in your resume. You've done a lot, and you honestly, you're surprisingly a really good actor. I wish you were like higher on the tier list, because when I see you, even if it's just you're playing a bouncer or you're playing a security guard telling somebody you can't go in, I honestly, I don't see Jack Guzman, which is good because I see the character you're playing. I see him like, oh shit, like I'm really convinced, because you really get into that character of like, what would this person think? What would this person do? How would they move? How would they say it? And I'm like, holy shit, like I really, and that's good that I don't see Jack Guzman, you know, that's the whole point.
That's that to me, bro, that's the greatest thing that people can tell me about my acting is, dude, you were supernatural and believable. That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
You know, for me, man, it's always, I mean, I know I'm so hard on myself because I do want to be perfect. But getting back to what you were saying, just a quick note, man, to explain to you and to the people who are on here, like, you know, a lot of times, and of course I appreciate you wishing me, you know, better and bigger and all of that. But man, to put it into perspective, I always tell a lot of people, you know, because you hear tons of actors. Well, my God, why am I not starring on my own TV show? Or
Yeah.
why? And to me, it's like, hey, dude, listen to this, okay? Let's say that there's 100 TV shows. Out of those 100 TV shows, bro, there's only 100 leads. There's millions of us actors. And out of all the millions of actors, only 3% or 7% of us can say we're working actors, meaning we do nothing else but work as actors. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that puts things into perspective, man. And it's just, I think people always want to say, well, why aren't I? Dude, because you're not that good, or you're not that guy, you know? Like, even for myself, I think I've explained to you before, that it factor. Sometimes I just think, man, you know, I might not have it, bro. I've been in the business for 20 years. Yeah, I've been lucky enough to work. I've been on a whole bunch of shows and whatever else. But I think sometimes, man, had I had that it factor, like, you know, a Brad Pitt, or, you know, those major guys, dude, someone would have pulled me along and gone, hey, hold on a second. This guy's really talented. Let's put him here. Mm-hmm. Now, it could also be that I just never been in front of the right people, or the right situation hasn't presented itself, you know, mm-hmm. which is why I'd like to be ready in case it ever did. But yeah, man, that's something that's tough. It's a tough pill to swallow, because at some point you're kind of like, damn, maybe I am a third string guy rather than the starter. Mm. And that's just a fact of life, where I'm happy being on the team. And some other people, they're dying to be that starter, and they'll never be. Therefore, they'll never enjoy their career. They're always like, I want. Bro, enjoy the ride. You know, not everybody gets to do this, man. It's we're very lucky to be in this business.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm honestly very lucky just to be accepted at whatever part I could. Because funny enough, when I got the part, that's not the part I auditioned for.
Wow.
The part I auditioned for was the main antagonist, which is like this abusive husband type thing.
Okay.
And they said, oh, we're going to go with someone else, but they liked my audition so much, they said, we're going to give you this other part. And honestly, dude, I can't complain, because I just love the art, you know? Like you said last time, I liked what you said last time. He says, you like it because it's fun, and you like it because it pays well. And, you know, why can't I have my cake and eat it as well, you know? If you like something you like and it pays well, like, why not like both, you know?
And dude, let me tell you, man, what they did for you, whatever production that was, that is the biggest compliment that they can give you. If you don't get a part and they say, but hold on, man, we like you enough to give you something else, bro, they really like you.
Yeah, dude.
That's just, there's no faking that, because they don't have to give you a part, you know?
Yeah, I know. And I'm always grateful, dude. And I started as a kid, you know, doing theater as a kid. And at first I didn't even know I liked acting, but I knew I liked movies. Mm-hmm. But once I got on that stage and I played this homeless kid, and at the end I eventually died of starvation.
Wow,
that was the part. And I look up, the play was over, and I look up and audiences were in tears. And I said, and I told myself, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. That's how I knew, bro. It's great, man. And how did you figure it out, man? I know you figured it out in college, right? That you wanted to be an actor.
You know, not even, man. I just, dude, I was working construction. I used to play football, man. And then once I was done playing football, I started working construction, and I was just going to college, and where my buddy used to cut his hair back when I had hair. You know, some guy just came in and was asking, hey, man, you know, does anybody here, do you guys want to be extras? And I was like, what the heck is that? And they explained to me, and you know, basically you were going to get paid $80 for the day. And at the time, of course, and that's how much I was making during construction, man. So I was like, hey, let me try this out. And bro, when I went, it was on the movie The Specialist. Imagine.
Oh, really?
With Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah. Okay.
That was my very first extra job ever in Miami, bro. So
wow.
When I got there, it was ridiculous, bro. I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. There was beautiful women. There was food. Sylvester Stallone, you know, I was like, damn, this is awesome. And you get paid for this?
Yeah.
But then, you know, like the catch was, at least at the time, is that there wasn't enough work. You know, I ended up making, as far as extra work or an actor at the time, not even an actor, just a background. I think I made $3,000, you know, for the whole year.
Wow.
I go, oh, that's why that's why people don't do this for a living. But then people on set were starting to tell me, like, hey, Jack, man, you have this charisma, bro. Why don't you go to LA? Over there, you can do it. Mm-hmm. And I was like, really, man? You can work, like, this is a job you can do. And I said, heck yeah. So, you know, I threw everything in my car, $800 in my pocket and $800 on a credit card. And I got home after I got an F in one of my classes at Florida International University. It was my third time failing that class, man. And I got so pissed. I just went up to my mom and I said, hey, Mom, you know what? I've been hearing that in LA you can make it as an extra and work. I think it'll be fun. And, you know, I want to go try it. And she was like, Papi, when I was 18, I wanted to be a stewardess. And that's what I did for my entire life. I don't have money to give you, but this is your home. Go try it. And you know, we have open doors here. You're always welcome back.
Man.
And I was like, awesome. Hell yeah. So I
that
left
is...
and, you know, I started working, bro, at a place called Dentzar, which was right on Hollywood Boulevard. And all it was is I would pick from one can and the other can and put it together. And it's what they do fillings for dentists. That was my job, man. And then I would get, you know, on my breaks, I would start like just calling places that I had heard, like, hey, man, do you guys do extra work or whatever? And finally, man, some guy reached out and was like, hey, yeah, there's a place called Central Casting. And I was like, okay. So I called Central Casting, and of course that you had to show up, and they didn't really talk to you like that. They were like, hey, there's these days you have to go. And I went, bro, and I signed up, and then they called me for my first job and then the second one. And, you know, thank God my look was very, it was good to play a fireman or a cop or, you know, just a lot of things. So they were able to use me a lot.
Yeah.
And then eventually, bro, I just started working Monday through Friday, man. The main show that I worked on was CSI, the regular one, Las Vegas.
Yeah.
That was the show that I started out as an extra on. And, bro, I was a cop. So if you look at the seasons of 2000 or 2001, like prior to Power Rangers, I'm all over that show, bro. I'm walking in the back, arresting people. You know, I never say anything.
Yeah.
I had one speaking line on that show, but that came a little later. But yeah, man, that was my work was awesome. I was doing background work and I was super happy with it. I could care less about acting. I never wanted to do it. I didn't, you know, it wasn't my thing.
Right.
But then, of course, I, you know, started booking a little thing here and a little thing there. And I was like, damn, hold on a second, bro. They treat the actors a lot better and you get paid a lot more.
Yeah.
So, you know, then I started actually going to auditions. And yeah, man, like I always say, the story was I went to the audition for Power Rangers and they said, we'll let you know by tonight at 8 o'clock. And I never heard anything. So I went the next day. I was working as an extra on CSI. And then my agent called and was like, hey, man, how'd it go yesterday? And I was like, well, bro, I thought it went well, man, you know, but they didn't call me. And he was like, well, where are you at? And I, man, the farthest thing that I could think of from Los Angeles was, oh, I'm in Santa Clarita. And what are you doing there? And I was like, oh, I'm helping a buddy move. Because, you know, at the time, you can't tell your agent that you're doing extra work because they get really pissed. Oh. They don't like, you know, because then it takes up your whole day and you can't audition. That's the only struggle with being background, man, that it takes all day, you know? But so then he was like, well, I'm glad you're in Santa Clarita, Jack. Tell your buddy you can't help him anymore because you got hired and they're going to give you your suit and your 3 scripts and you start shooting on Monday. And that was like on a Friday. Wow. So I was like, holy cow, what? Bro, I've never acted, never took acting classes. I mean, nothing. So I went literally from one day being an extra to that Monday, I was a lead guy on a series, you know?
Yeah. And that was your first ever lead, right?
Oh, hell yeah. Still to this day. It's the only series regular I've ever really done, you know?
Wow, man. That's I got goosebumps when you told me, like, you said, like, $800. Like, that's the story I always hear when people make it, you know? Like, you know, I feel like, you know, Jack, you're very respectable because the fact that you kept it going, you know, even after Power Rangers, you keep going. I think I told you last time, I said, like, most of these Power Ranger actors just, you know, kind of quit after Power Rangers. And I'm like, what's going on, man? Like Christopher Kamen Lee, you know, he was a model before Power Rangers. And I think like you both said, like, when you guys got this for Power Rangers, like, you're like, what is this? Power Rangers? What is that?
Yeah, I mean, you know, and again, man, that's, you know, Christopher, he's an amazing guy, man. I love that guy.
Yeah, super cool guy.
But one thing about him that I truly enjoy is that he keeps it real, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not one of these guys, you know, that it's like, oh, well, look at me and I'm doing, and it's like, bro, you're not doing anything, bro. Like, let's be honest. And it bothers me sometimes, especially now, man, because, you know, these guys, you know, they're charging $150 for an autographed picture. And I know the fans are going to pay it because you guys are amazing fans, bro. Really, out of all the movies or shows that I've ever done, obviously Power Rangers, bro, is the best fandom that we all have, you know? And I think that's on us to be more reachable or more, you know, just understand, bro, that like, hey, these kids, they don't have, you know, $100 or $1,000 to get 10 autographs or $100 everyone, you know? Which is funny because they've also figured it out. Because I've had some fans come up to me like, oh man, Jack, bro, I don't have money, man, and I only have $10 left. And I'm like, bro, you know what? It's the end of the day. Come here, man. I'll just sign this. And then I see
Wow.
him in a line, paying $85 for an autograph. And I'm like, damn, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. But hey, that's the part of the hustle that I say I do appreciate about a lot of these people at cons, that they're good hustlers, man. They know how to sell themselves and market themselves, and that's something that I lack. I'm not very good at that.
Yeah.
But it's cool. I'm okay with it because I feel that I'm lucky enough to continue to work as an actor. So that's the trade-off for me. I'll take it. I'd rather be working on shows than to have to be hustling all the time doing marketing, which I'm not great at.
Yeah, dude. And it was funny because when you were at Pearl Light Comic Con, was it 2019? Last one was here. When I saw you, you're like, you even offered like, oh, you want to go take a photo? And I was like, oh yeah, dude, that'd be awesome. And then we took a photo with the shirt. Remember from my buddy's shirt brand? And then
hold on, don't tell me it's Split Thought.
Yes, sir, Split Thought. I stopped working for him, but we're still good friends because I started my own clothing brand. Okay. And I even said like, oh, can we morph? You're like, yeah, dude. I was like, dude, this guy's like, it's like, holy shit, you're like super nice, super kind. You're about the people, which is really cool, and you don't see that a lot of days. You see like, I'm just here to get money, and that's it. People are just the money signs to me, and I'm like,
and again, man, I'm not knocking it, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not knocking it. It's just that it's not me, man.
Yeah,
it's not. I think you guys do so much for me that I'm cool with it, brother. And I've been very blessed, like you said, man, to continue to work in this business, which is tough, and not many of the Power Rangers get to,
Yeah.
So,
and it's funny because you would think that they would get more roles because of the Power Ranger thing. You think with that, resume that like, I was in this series, I was a series regular in this. You think that I could keep working and like it'll help you get more roles, And
and that's the sad part, that in the business, at least, once we leave the business or, anything else, it's not what I'm about to tell you. But in the business, it's hard because Power Rangers is not looked upon as a, wow, man, you're a good actor. It's almost laughable. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
In the business.
Uh-huh.
In the business, it's not a show that's respected.
I kind of assumed,
bro, you were on. No. It's like, oh, we get it. Yeah, as far as anywhere in the world that you go and you say you were a Power Ranger, bro, it's a huge deal. Huge. Everybody knows it. But in the acting world, it's just not respected because it's a kid's show and and the way that it's shot. It's not amazing acting, sort of say. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think a lot of the Rangers have a lot of
struggle,
tough time, working on regular shows, on main shows, because they just they're not that good of actors, or, they're just not, our resume as far as that goes, it's just not a punchline, sort of say,
Yeah. And it sucks, man, because Power Rangers is like, I would love to see a Power Rangers for adults, because the show's for kids, obviously, but there is an adult story somewhere, because it can appeal to adults. But I don't want, because I got tired of Power Rangers, honestly. I kind of grew out of it, but I'm a big fan of like the ones I grew up with, like Wild Force, the one in space and all that. But there's an adult storyline that could be told for adults and not for kids.
Sure. I mean, bro, look at the movie. I thought the movie was phenomenal. And look at RJ, for example. That guy RJ. I thought he was great in the movie, bro. I like those kids. To me, they're all amazing actors.
Yeah.
And obviously, look how they've gone on and worked on big shows. I ended up working with RJ on I'm Dying Up Here in Showtime.
Really?
Yeah. So it's one of those things where, like, bro, when you're solid, you're gonna work. Because, dude, solid work is solid work. But when it's kind of like a music thing, man, where you can have one great hit song and then that's it. We never hear of you again. It doesn't mean that you're bad or not. It's just for some reason you're not working. Whereas other people are just constantly, even if you're not at that level, but they can say, yeah, I know who that is, man. That guy works a lot. Or, you're respected in the business.
Yeah. Oh man, that's crazy, dude. Because it sucks because I would think, I even knew to myself that like, yeah, they're probably going to see Power Rangers. Like that's a kid show, whatever, so it's a little hard. You think it's a little harder because you're in Power Rangers to get a role?
Not harder. It's just not a plus. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's not that it's a negative. It's not that it's a positive. It's just there.
Not even existed. That's it.
Not so much, because I don't want to take away from it, and I don't
Right.
want you to get the wrong idea. It's not
No,
that.
no.
It's always like, wow, dude, you've been a series regular, so therefore you know how to hit your marks. You know about lights. You know the basics of it, because working on a year show, I mean, I would think you would learn all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as it being a solid, like, bro, the person that I always talk about is Erin Cahill.
Really?
You know who she is?
Yeah.
That girl, dude, is phenomenal. I mean, she's gone on and continued to work in almost every TV show, and I've worked with her already a couple of times, on shows that, and I'm like, damn, this girl works.
Yeah.
Ilya, the bad guy from our season, Ilya,
Yeah.
Bro, that guy's a stud. That guy was on every TV show. He's in a whole bunch of movies. So it just shows you the degrees of, like, yeah, bro, these guys are good. That's why they work. The other guys or girls, either they've given it up, or they just, some have had kids and family, and then it's hard to be an actor when you're not making income, so it's a lot of things. I don't want to just base it on the acting.
Yeah.
But to chase it and to continue to, yeah, man, very few the ones that I at least look at and go, man, you're a stud, or you're a badass,
I 100%
Congratulations.
Agree. Yeah, dude. And it's funny, I forgot to mention, but I didn't know you were in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as well.
Yeah, man, that was a great show, man.
Yeah, it was good. And you were in like one of the good seasons too. So
it's funny because for me, man, that I was actually giddy about working on that, not because of the show, because I never really watch it. I'm not that big on Marvel or DC or any of those things. Awesome to be on it, but it's because the guy that I got to work with, his name is Juan Pablo Raba. He's another Colombian actor, and dude, that guy was in Narcos. Like, he's just,
really,
he has the career that I wish I had.
So you were really excited to be on that for him and stuff like that?
Hell
That's
yeah,
really
man.
cool,
just
man.
to meet him, just imagine he played a huge part on Narcos, and me being Colombian, I was like, oh my God, this guy, So it was cool, man. Really
did
cool.
you get a picture with him or something?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Sure.
That's really cool. Funny. Can I tell you about because how I said that I want a Power Rangers for adults, right?
Sure.
Because I like I said, the story's there for adults, because there are like parts where, like, yeah, this story could be told for adults. Even as an adult, I'm like, shit, that's deep.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want the childish dialogue. I want something real. I want to feel like this is meant for adults.
Sure.
So I came up with a Power Rangers like little storyline, and funny enough, Danny Delgado is the next Zordon. He's like the mentor of the Rangers, but for a whole different team. But the whole shit is like every Ranger has disappeared. Because I remember I asked you, like, would you come back as Danny Delgado? You says the problem is I look too different.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I still would. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's a job's a job. I understand. Exactly. Plus, I bet everyone would be like, holy shit, like Jack Guzman came back. But I even came up with a reason of why you look so different. Every Ranger, even your team, has disappeared, but you predicted it. And you went crazy for the fact that, like, shit, like, the stress got to you, your hair fell out, you got wrinkles. Awesome. Yeah, dude. And then somebody, and so you're the one who predicted that this was going to happen. And so it takes the descendants of other Rangers to find you. And it's like, dude, we need someone with experience. We need a leader for this team. You were the Black Ranger in Wild Force, man. You're one of the legends. And you're just like, I can't, you're like, I can't risk losing another team, man. I lost everybody. I mean, look at me, you look distressed, you look crazy, because you knew it was going to happen, but no one believed you. That was like a little storyline came in my head. So I would honestly go ahead. Okay, but it's a little storyline came in my head in which I wish I could afford to make a pilot. I wish, dude, but a lot of creativity takes money, man. I really wish I could, and it would be awesome to fly you out and do your part. And it's just an idea. I would love to do it one day if I ever get the funds for like a small production like that, just to make the pilot and see what people like.
Don't give up on it, man, because especially now how you guys have these, bro, I'm just so bad at, but these kick funds or starter funds, whatever.
Oh, Kickstarters, yeah.
Dude, like, think about it. You get enough people to get. I mean, again, I'm very careful, because I've seen that people do those things and then the product comes out and it never comes out.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be a part of any of that. But the parts that I'm saying, like, for yourself, if that's your dream, bro, and you're writing it and you're directing it, bro, go for it and get it done if you can. And yeah, man, I would love to, if I'm available and you can hire me, of course I would love to do it. But for me, man, those are parts that I think about, especially now that I'm getting older, like, how cool would it be to play just some crazy guy that loses it, And I
Yeah.
don't mean the,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
that, bro, but the intense where you're, it's in the eyes, bro, and you're just a psycho. That's the type of stuff that I'm like, damn, those are fun to play.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
very easy to yell and scream. Anybody can
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
It's when you look at someone that you're like, holy cow, that guy hasn't said a word and I'm already terrified.
Yeah, absolutely,
But yeah,
man.
but that sounds like a heck of a thing, man. It sounds really
Yeah.
fun, bro. Don't give up on that, bro.
Yeah, and the idea came from like having you as like the mentor, because your mentor, what was your mentor's name in Wild Force? Your leader in that. What
You
was her
mean
name?
you
The
mean
girl.
the princess,
The
right? Princess
princess,
Shayla?
yeah. So, everybody has their mentor, everybody has their
Sure.
Zordon. So I was like, what would be cool to have like as a mentor, but like a previous, I was like, I thought about you, Jack. And I was like, oh, it'd be cool, because I thought of the idea is like, you look so different. I'm like, I can work with that. I said, like, I'm not gonna let that be like something that's like, oh, he looks different. Like, no, I can work around that. I said, I
Yeah,
don't think this. Yeah.
it's funny, man, because look, I just recently saw a picture of Philip, Max, that my
Yeah.
best friend and bro, that guy looks exactly the same, bro. It's nuts. I'm like, man, I would love to see even him go back, or even Jessica. I just got to have lunch with her the other
I saw
day
that for Power Ranger Day.
And yeah, man, it was great. And I look at them and I'm like, bro, you guys look exactly the same. It's unbelievable. I don't know why they haven't gone back on the show.
Right. And it's crazy.
And
Oh, by the way, quick question. Your face comes out in a Netflix show. The Toys That Made Us Today. Have you seen that show?
no.
Yeah. There's an episode on purely Power Rangers, like Power Ranger toys and how it started. And I remember last time you said, like, if you even had 1% of toys, you'd be living in a mansion, man. They're talking about how they made billions off toys. And they talk about how, Power Rangers in Space saved Power Rangers. And, this part, they even show Power Rangers Wild Force, and they show you. I'm like, oh, shit, there's Jack.
What?
So, yeah,
I'm gonna have to check it out, man.
watch it. I was like, it's just a scene of you in Wild Force. I'm like, oh, shit, that's Jack. I was like, I wonder if because his face was in there, does he get any contribution? But now talking, I guess that's not. They ain't even told you.
That's awesome, though, man.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
dude.
look for it now. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. I saw it because Tracy has it as on her profile that she's in that episode, too, because they talk about it in space and stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, I was just wondering, like, because I asked you last time if your helmet comes out, do you get anything for that? But I know for sure that's not true. But I was like, if your face is in it, should you get anything for that? And I guess they didn't get you anything either.
No, man, I don't think so.
Oh, that's crazy. How's Miami, by the way? How is it over there?
I'm not in Miami, brother. I'm in St. Petersburg.
St. Petersburg.
Yeah, it's 15, 20 minutes from Tampa.
Okay, and how is it there, man?
So it's awesome, man. It's been a blessing to be out here. Now I'm just, I'm waiting to see whether we get a house or whatever I'm gonna move into. I'm staying with family right now, but excited, bro, because I had missed, being with my family for 20 years, bro. I was in Hollywood for 20 years, and just now with this whole COVID thing happening, man, it's great that we can audition through, have these
Zoom,
video auditions and all that. So it's been. I mean, I can't tell you enough of what a blessing, bro. Awesome to be around my family and still to continue to act. That's a dream come true. I always wanted to be based out of Florida and still travel and act. And I know it'll be probably a little harder because of the fact that a lot of the auditions were in Los Angeles and they want to see you in person and all that. And I'm still debating for what things I will fly out for and what I won't fly out for,
Yeah.
But the good thing is that I have an amazing management team, man. Entertainment Lab. They're working with me, and now actually I'm starting to audition for a lot of things in Atlanta, Georgia, or in Louisiana, or New York. So hopefully, man, I'll be able to work in these three cities now more than LA. I mean, obviously, still if they fly me out to LA, then I'm cool, man. I'm gonna fly out and do it. But I'm noticing that more of the stuff that I'm auditioning for is closer to home, which is phenomenal because now I can get on a plane in Tampa and be in Georgia in an hour, or in New York in 2 hours, or whatever the heck it is. So I'm excited, man. I'm just excited about the future,
Oh, have you ever gotten scammed when you were getting into the business?
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure, man.
How did that happen?
The very first scam, it's hilarious, man, because I mean, this is, again, remember, 2000 is what I'm talking to you about. Almost, 20 something years ago. But
yeah.
Bro, when I first got to LA, those little papers that they put on little light posts and that you rip one out and it has a phone number or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay, well, there was one of those, and it talked about, if you want to be an extra in movies, or if you want to have speaking parts, call me. So,
Okay.
bro, I called the number and I was like, hey, man, I'm super interested. And, you know, I go and I see the guy and he's like, well, Jack, you pay me $400 and then I'll send you, you know, so that you can sort of audition for these parts where I'll send you when there's extra work. And dude, I was stoked because I said, hey, $400. Yeah, that's a lot of money. But if I work 5 times, 6 times, I pay that off and then it's all winnings from there on.
Yeah.
But bro, I get there and it's basically this guy in this little office and he has a secretary. And basically, bro, what the guy does is he'll give you a pamphlet with the numbers of like central casting of whatever other casting people at the time used to do cast. So it's like all you are is basically sort of a middleman, but you're
Yeah.
not really. And bro, and then when I was leaving, the secretary, man, was so nice, bro. She was like, hey, can I talk to you outside? And I was like, yeah, what's up? And she goes, look, man, you seem like such a nice guy. I just want to tell you, man, this guy, don't do it. He's a scammer. And, you know, now that I work in, like, bro, she was awesome with me, told me everything straight up.
Wow.
So I went home and I was like, well, damn, I already gave this guy $400. But, bro, I talked to a buddy of mine and he was like, nah, Jack, no way in hell am I going to let this happen, bro. Go in there and tell him that, you know, that I'm your attorney and that if this guy doesn't return your money, that I'm going to go after him because, you know, obviously I knew what he was doing. So, bro, that was like my first acting role. I walk in there and I was like,
Wow.
hey, man, you know, I found out what you do. And basically, bro, what the guy would do is get as many people as he could in 1 month, you know, get that $400. And then at the end of the month, he would close down and open up as another name in a different place, you know, and then there was really nothing you can do. So that's when I got really pissed, bro. When I found all, and then I went in there and I was like, hey, bro, let me tell you something. Like, you don't, you know, I'm here and I was a nice guy and this and that. But now that I know what you're doing, bro, I was like, man, I come from Colombia. I'll have people here, bro, and it'll be the most expensive $400 that you've ever dealt with. I'll either get my attorney, bro, or I'm going to get some people to come after you and you'll see how ghetto I can get, bro. And the guy was like, oh, man. I was like, bro, you want to fuck with me? Excuse me. But I got pissed, bro. And he was like, no, man, you know, my bad, bro. And I'm sorry. And bro, he gave me back my $400. So I was like, hell yeah. But I always say that was like my first real acting role, bro, you know?
Wow.
But
That's
yeah, man,
people are cruel, man. People are
I
just
wish I
ruthless.
knew that secretary's name, bro, so that I could, you know, go back and thank her because, yeah, she saved me a headache, man. You know, those were $400 that I didn't have, brother.
That's awesome, man. People are
Yeah.
so cruel, man. People are
Yeah,
just
man.
so horrible. And you know what's funny? I've been scammed too. When I lived, I worked at a radio station
Uh-huh.
in Sunset Boulevard near Hollywood
Okay.
Boulevard,
Yeah, yeah.
and basically I went to an audition for my voice and stuff because people had told me like, oh, you have a unique voice, and you know, it'd be something like that could
Sure.
be out there. And so I was like, okay, I'm still pretty insecure about the voice thing because I went there and I said, oh, read from this pamphlet, and I read
Mhm.
it, and then they said a day later, it's like, yeah, oh, yeah, we want you to work for us, but basically they told me I had to pay them.
Yeah,
I'm like, what the hell is it? I was younger. I was like 18.
sure.
And
Sure, sure.
and I was like, okay, I guess this is how it works. I was paying them when I did the radio thing. They said, "Oh, you're going to be on at like 5 in the morning." And I'm like, "What?" And so I paid them like $100 for the week. And I never saw that $100 back, bro. I never even heard myself on the radio. I was so pissed and I was so distressed. I'm like, what the dude? I was like, how is like people are so cruel, man. I was just 18 trying to get into the business, you know?
And
Uh,
now, man, I'll tell you, you guys are a lot luckier that there's internet and you can research and you can. But bro, back in the day, you used to tell me you were a big time actor. I'd have to believe you, you know.
yeah,
So that was one thing where, and that I always explained to people. I was like, hey, listen, because they were like, you know, Jack, what's one thing you can tell me? And I said, listen, the main thing I can tell you, bro, about this business is you don't ever pull $1, bro, out of your pocket.
never.
They take 10% once you work. Once you have a job, then yeah, they get their 10 or 15 or 20%, you know, up to 20% is the highest I've heard that when you're non-union or all of that stuff.
Hmm.
But yeah, bro, never, ever, ever. I tell people always, bro, if somebody asks you for money up front, get out of there, bro. They're lying to you, you know?
Yep.
So
It sucks that people like that still get away with it, man. It's
yeah,
crazy
man.
because there's people who are just trying to live their dreams and become working actors like you and other people, man. And it sucks that people are willing to take advantage of people like that, and it's horrible, man. Because like me, dude, I did that one time, dude. There was like this place in Arizona, and they said, oh, we're taking actors and stuff, and if you want to be part of an agency, and it was like in this hotel like
Oh,
room, and it's
yeah,
one of
yeah.
those like already like somebody on the mic and stuff. It's like you could do it, we did all this and that, and I'm like okay. So they had me do like, they're like, what have you done? I'm like, oh, I've done musicals, I've done theater, and they said
Okay.
okay, as like show us a little bit, and I did, and they said okay, it's gonna be this much, and I'm like, what? And
Wow.
I already learned my lesson. I'm like, they're never gonna
Good,
ask me for money. And
good, good.
I said, okay, this is not for me, obviously. And I left, dude. But there were people
Fortunate.
signing up and people's parents taking their kids, and I was like, what? Like, it's crazy, man. I just wish it's crazy how people can be so cruel and just take advantage of people like that, man. And it's cool that that lady even helped you, man, or else you would have been
Dude.
$400 in the hole, you know?
And God knows how much more, man, because I wouldn't have known, you know. So yeah, that lady, it's she was a blessing, man. Really
Yeah,
lucky
dude.
that she did that for me.
Yeah, man. Dude. It's even hard for me to find agencies at this point, man, because everything is just me self and trying to. I still like never give any of my money. It's like people saying like, "Oh, at this point, I'm doing like volunteer work just to get my name out there," because I don't have
Sure,
an
sure.
agent. I don't have anybody to get me auditions, so I basically am just working locally and trying to get the work I can, because I love doing it. I love the work and I like expressing myself in that way.
But brother, I would tell you the main thing you need to do then is go online or go to SAG, you know, Screen Actors Guild or AFTRA, whatever, and look up agencies that are uh, verified, sort of say, or that
Mhm.
they're part of SAG and AFTRA. That's the first thing you got to do, and
Really?
just make sure that that they are qualified and that you're, because if not, then it's really not going to do you any good. And of course, most of them are going to be where you need to be union to join them, but a lot of them have non-union departments, and that's how
Mhm.
you start, man. So
Yeah.
look into that, look into finding what agencies are verified by SAG or after. You can also call them and ask, and there
Okay.
might be a list. There used to be a place called Samuel French on Sunset Boulevard, and it's
Okay.
a bookstore that was just strictly for acting, and they would have a booklet of all the agencies and what they're looking for. But again, bro, I'm talking to you 20 years ago, so I'm sure the book still exists. Not after post COVID, I'm not sure,
Uh-huh.
but prior to that, that book was still around. So maybe just look into that before you just sign with anybody, man.
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to be careful nowadays because, like I said, people are just cruel and they don't care.
Yeah,
Uh, I want to ask you off topic, but would you play Uccellini again? Would you ever be down?
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
man. It
Uh,
was a blast, bro.
I'm waiting for that spin-off series, man, of Uccellini.
Bro, on
That
HBO, man, that would have
on
been
HBO,
phenomenal. Or on Netflix, man.
anything,
Even
man.
Netflix. It was awesome, bro. And
Yeah, dude.
again, that was one thing that I always feel like, darn, it's like I missed that. I mean, I'm not gonna compare myself to Scott Eastwood, obviously, because
Yeah.
look at him, bro. That guy's blown up and he's phenomenal and has done so many things.
Well,
But
if I may interrupt, man, I loved you way more than Scott Eastwood. I love honestly
thank you.
everybody else. I was like, I'm there. I was like, Jack Guzman is killing it in this movie. I thought, I'm like, he's making me laugh after laugh. I was like, holy shit.
That's awesome,
Yeah,
man.
compared
Thank
to
you.
Scott Eastwood and everybody else in that movie, I was like, dude, Jack Guzman is killing it. I said, bro.
Thank you, man. But look how life is, man. He's gone on to do amazing things. And then Sam Lerner, he's the guy that plays the dorky guy.
Yeah.
He's a lead on the Goldbergs now. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh.
if you think about it, it's like, damn, what there's just some type of misconnect of me, the way I look or the way I act or who I am. I don't know, something where, bro, it's like I get right there and then like that wave goes and I'm like, damn, I missed out. If that movie would have gone out, I really thought that when that movie came out, my career was at least going to go to the next step, but it didn't, bro. It didn't come out when it was supposed to. And no excuses. Cause I'm no one to say what I could or should have done or whatever. It is what it is.
Hmm.
But I really was hoping at least that movie would take me to that next level, man.
I would have thought too, because you get a big part in that. You
Yeah,
get a
man.
lot of, yeah, you play two characters in that movie,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
And
No, it was,
your characters are just hilarious, man. Like even to this day, I think like they're so funny, dude. And I'm one of those people like, listen, I don't care about your feelings. I'm here to watch a good movie, you know?
Yeah,
I'm
man.
here to
Yeah,
watch something to make me laugh. I don't care if it's not PC. And that's why I think
sure.
the part that's like, you know, like when you're like, is this the blackface that assaulted you? I'm like, that shit was hilarious.
It was
And you know,
awesome, man.
yeah, dude. And it sucks that you couldn't do that today, man. It sucks that you
Yeah,
can't say stuff like that. You know, it's just
yeah,
a movie. It's just for comedic effect. And
sure.
you said, do you still do the enough rookie? Do you still
Bro,
do
it's
that,
funny.
man?
My fiance, man. Oh my God. All the time. Whenever I'm doing something and she's had enough, she'll go, enough, rookie. She loves that. That's her favorite line, bro. So
Dude,
yeah,
I love
definitely.
it, dude. Because I remember you told me you say that, and people, oh man, that's so funny, dude.
No,
And
yeah, it
it's
was. And look, another guy, now that you mentioned the blackface thing, Corey Hardrick, he's another actor that has gone on to do, I mean, amazing work, bro. And he was
yeah,
a lot of fun to work with too, you know? So, I mean, all of these guys from just that movie have gone on to do so many good things that I'm like,
yeah.
damn, bro, where is the disconnect? Something's just, you know, again, I'm sure it's obviously me, but something's just not, I'm not, I'm not being able to get that next thing, bro.
No, dude, you're a really good actor. I don't think it's a you thing, man. You're a phenomenal actor. You it just
Thank
comes
you.
to you naturally, and it's hard when people because people go to school to act like just get that naturalism that you do already, man. Because for you,
Yeah.
it's just yeah, for you, it's just like wow, he just goes in there and just he has fun.
Yeah,
I
man.
can see when you do that, man. I'm like, dude, this guy is not studying for shit. He's just going in there and he's having fun, dude. You just
I'll tell you
yeah,
what I do study a lot is the lines. Because man,
yeah. You have to,
I
you
always
have
say
to.
that's the thing for me that I think is the hardest thing about acting is memorizing your lines. Because bro,
Yeah.
if you don't have your lines memorized, it's hard to act natural when you don't know what you're gonna say.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, man, another person, I mean, that again, I want to talk about him because when I joined Power Rangers, you obviously know that I was the last one casted, you know?
Okay.
And was Philip Jean Marie, man. He played Max. I mean, that guy was so just welcoming and the way acting wise, I'm speaking, bro, he was just such a joy and so much to work with. And that was my first big job. So
Yeah.
I was terrified. But bro, working with him and he taught me a lot of without he probably doesn't even know this. I don't know if I've ever told him, but like bro, he was just so acting with him taught me so much, you know. And he's another one, bro, that has gone on to do really cool shows. He was on that HBO show that I love. Oh my gosh, about the geeks with the techie thing. Oh my God, Silicon Valley.
Oh, really? He was there.
Dude, he
Oh,
was on
wow.
Silicon Valley, bro. He recurred on that, and I was always like, "Damn, Phil, like that's a show that I want to be on, bro."
No, that's
So,
funny
yeah.
because my buddy tells me to watch Silicon Valley a lot. Holy
Oh, dude,
shit.
you've never
Oh,
seen
wow.
it,
No, he tells me it's funny though. He tells me it's great. Yeah.
dude? If you like
Yeah.
Walk of
Dark.
Fame,
Yeah.
bro, it's kind of like that, bro.
Okay. To be fair, I thought the movie Walk of Fame was okay. I'll be honest. The
Yeah,
movie's okay.
sure.
Your character just alone, bro. I just go in there and watch your parts, man. I have
Thank
timestamps
you.
just to watch your parts. And
Hilarious, bro.
I'm not even like trying to kiss ass or anything, bro. I genuinely thought it was fucking funny, dude. I just
That's
thought it was
great,
so
man.
hilarious. And the way you deliver your lines is just funny, dude. And
Thank you, man. A
uh,
lot of it too was the director, though. You know, his name is
yeah,
Jesse Thomas Morehouse, man. That guy, that working for him was just great. You know, he was a good friend, and also I think when you feel comfortable, man, it's a lot easier to do things. I don't know if I explained this to you last time, but for example, like when I play a co-star, which is, you know, you do just a couple lines or whatever, it's sort of like you're just moving the story along. You know what I mean? That's all
yeah,
you do. So it's hard for me, you know, being that co-star to go, hey, hold on, to the director, can I try this? Because people might be like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, shut up, do your part and get out of here. You're not, you know.
yeah.
Whereas when you're a series regular or even a guest star, then you can sort of say, hey, hold on, would you mind if I try this? And then you can try things,
Mhm.
which in that movie, I got to try a lot of things. And that's why, again, man, I think that you're so happy with my stuff because it was fun stuff to do, you know? Of course,
Yeah,
a lot of it was in the script, but there was sometimes where we were like, dude, just let's try it. Like with Eddie George, you know? That was another guy. Are you a big football fan or no?
I'm not. Yeah, I don't know much
Well,
about sports,
imagine.
but
Well,
yeah.
Eddie George, bro, he was like the Heisman Trophy winner. He's the black cop
Oh, okay,
that
okay.
I
Oh,
mean, bro,
okay.
the guy was in the NFL. You know, he was a Heisman Trophy winner. I mean, Ohio State football, trust
Oh
me,
wow,
that guy is big time. So for me, I was geeking out over being with him. And
that's
when he
funny.
got to set, he was like, "Hey man, nice to meet you, bro. I saw some of your stuff, really." And I'm like, "Damn, like,
But
bro,
this
I
guy
was
saw
about
my
to geek."
stuff, you know? Yeah, it's
Exactly. So, there were scenes with him, and he's just such a huge human being. Like, bro, that guy's legs are the size of my chest, just his thighs. You know
I
what I
saw,
mean?
yeah.
So it's like, it was funny to try certain things with him and be like, okay, dude, let's try this. And then like that part where he says something about damn, I can't remember when we arrest the geek and he starts running away. And he says something about like, man, you look like Mario Bros or something like that.
Oh, I think I remember. Yeah, I think you remember he said something like that. Yeah.
And then so I go back with a line for him, which was off script or whatever, and they liked this, so it was funny, man.
Yeah.
And that happens sometimes. You get to see a lot of cool movie magic, when things like that happen. So it's cool, man.
Yeah, dude. I even thought like, you could make an Uccellini series. It could be a comedy, but also because Uccellini's an actor, but he's too egotistical. That's his problem. He thinks he's the greatest thing ever.
Exactly.
That's his problem. He thinks, oh, I'm gonna be the next A-list actor.
Yes.
And I think you can.
Movie,
yeah.
The movie could have been. It still could be such a cool series because the premise of it, dude, it's such a like. How often do you not hear of those acting coaches in LA, at least, or wherever else that? Oh, well, I'm awesome. Let me teach you how I get my parts. And it's like, what parts?
Yeah.
You don't work, dude. You never worked. You worked maybe one time, but still they get the young people, like you say, and they charge and people, imagine a headlock. That's going to help you act.
Yeah. Like release your beast.
Awesome,
you just go, ah! I thought that was funny, bro.
Dude. The blonde girl, I love that scene too, where they're doing kind of the oh my god, the boat movie, man.
Oh
with
yeah,
with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Titanic.
Titanic.
Yeah.
When, that scene, or when she's crying, and then the actor, and she stops and she goes, "What are you doing? Come here." It's like, those are things that you see in acting classes, bro. It's hilarious.
Dude. Then what was the monologue? He's just like, "I got heat."
Oh, yeah.
I'm
awesome,
there, stack some money, and I'm like, "What is this?"
And you remember? Did you ever watch that?
It was a documentary. Yeah. It wasn't even.
It wasn't even.
But the fact that you did that, and I thought you played it so well, like I believe your character believes he's doing so well, man. Like he thinks this is great.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Yeah, it was great. It was a lot of fun.
But yeah, dude, I think Uccellini could have been a good premise. Like, and I think he could have, if we give him, because in the show, the last thing we saw him with, he gets back with his Asian girlfriend, right?
Yeah,
like
the
twins. Yeah, and she's like making him wash people's feet and stuff in the saloon. And I think that could be a good premise for like, listen, I'm still trying to do what I love, but he grows out of the whole egotistical thing, I feel like there could be some character development in that,
Bro, that would be awesome.
It would be great, man.
Fun fact of that movie, since you like it so much, imagine, bro, the very first time that I did that shot that you're talking about where I'm in trouble with my Asian girlfriend and she puts me to watch it, I swear to you that I almost threw up, bro. Literally. Really? Because, bro, I love when a woman has pretty toes. I have not, it could call it a foot fetish, sort of. No, so imagine that was funny to them, that me, someone who likes that, and they gave me that guy's nasty feet, bro. I was like, oh my god, this is so it was
you actually had to like put your hands on it and stuff. Oh,
bro,
man.
Sure. And with all that like cream or whatever, bro, I was so disgusted. It came out great.
So that actually was you trying not to throw up, right? Wow, that's funny, dude. That's funny. When your fiance saw that, what did she say then?
She knows, man. She's been with me long enough,
No, but I mean, when she saw you, did you tell her, like, I almost threw up there? Like, did you tell her that?
Yeah. For heck, yeah. She knows. Absolutely.
Dude. Oh, man, Jack, you're amazing, man. But I think I'm going to cut this podcast already, man. It's been a pleasure having you. It's been an honor talking to you, bro, having a good laugh with you. You're such a cool dude. You always have an open spot here if you always just want to come back and talk, dude. But yeah, let people know who are watching, man, where they can find you and what you're up to, man.
Yeah, again, man, I'm just now moved to St. Petersburg, Florida, bro. I'll be flying, wherever production is and wherever I get hired and whatever happens. But as far as finding me, man, just on my Instagram, bro, Jack Guzman actor all together. And that's the only social media that I have. And yeah, bro, like I always say, I try and put, parts of my life, my family, just what I'm about. And I put some silly things like the other day, bro. I don't know if you saw on my Instagram, I took a picture of a mailbox out in St. Pete. That was awesome.
Yeah.
And I put my keys in front of it, just being funny. And bro,
Yeah.
everyone was like, oh my God, bro, congrats, you bought a house. And I'm like, holy cow. No, it's just a mailbox, So, I mean, I do silly things like that, bro. And of course, I love when fans follow me and they appreciate the little things that I do. And also on Cameo, bro, that's another thing now that I'm doing. That's a lot of fun. It's very cool to send messages to fans, and for whatever reason, birthdays or holidays or whatever it is, man, that people want to send. That's a great way for me to keep in touch with fans. So yeah, Cameo or Instagram, man.
I have one more question for you before I let you go, man. I remember you told me your dream role was to play one of those cops with jeans, tank top, and the badge FBI. Why that role? Why is that like a role you really want to play? Is there something like in your past that you're like, I love that, I want to do that?
No, man. I think it's just because I always play a cop and I hate wearing that damn uniform.
Yeah, you told me the belt sucks, right?
That belt, bro, it's horrible. You got to go pee and you got to take that off, or it just sucks. So I would love to play the cop because I like the cop roles, but just, like in jeans or a shirt, bro, and be cool.
More Miami Vice style,
That's it. You nailed it.
Yeah,
Miami,
dude.
Maybe, who knows? Maybe somewhere in the back of my head, I grew up with Miami Vice, and that's why I like that.
Yeah, dude, that'd be awesome. I'd love to see you there. And if you, I'm following your work, man. I'm trying to see. I love seeing you get work. I like seeing you succeed, man. Because as a personal like fan and stuff, I like seeing you succeed and getting those roles, man. Knowing that like he's doing what he loves, and I like seeing that. And I love seeing you perform because I know I'm gonna get a performance that's 110% out of you, man. So
really
it's definitely an honor to have you here on the podcast, man. It's an honor to be able to talk to you and be able to go on social media and like say hi to you. It's always an honor, man. And thank you again, man. Of a little guy like me, man. Thank you, man. Again, I couldn't tell you enough, man. You got to give me your address so I can send you one of these, bro. You need one. You need it. I want to see you wear it, man.
Hopefully next time we do another podcast, I'll be wearing it, man.
Dude, for sure, man. Yeah, dude, just thank you again, man. Hey, could you give me one Uccellini before you go, man?
Uccellini. That's the guy that'll take your girl, bro.
Yeah, that's awesome. Uccellini, dude. All right, Jack, you have a good day, man. Dude, pleasure talking to you, man.
To you, man. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too, man. Take care.
All right.